hot take.
Can we hit him with the hot take real quick?
Okay, hot take.
Can you get on this too? You'll answer?
Sure,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So, your tag team champs right now, across any era, any promotion, who had the greatest tag team title run, women or men?
Oh.
Why?
The best tag team title run.
Or run?
Yeah, title run or run?
Run. Let's go.
Can we just say...
Let's take out time.
Like, can we just say off one of our favorite tag teams and we thought they were excellent
You can say
together?
you if you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about Rock and Roll Express?
hey, they would be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely be in the
I think so.
conversation.
I think so.
I'm trying to think about like nostalgia aspects, but also kind of, well, there's right now, like when I think about like AEW, I really do think like FTR.
Yeah.
We've made jokes about like switching belts with them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think as far as like the modern day, they really have a fantastic
When does the
grasp.
modern day start?
That's a great. I think of like within the past like decade or so, because that is also how long I've been wrestling.
We realize that the Hardys are still active.
This is also true. That is where I come into like where I'm like the nostalgia, which is not to disclaim their like current work. But like for me, I'm like that is also like the soft spot of like Willow the Kid.
Sure.
I actually think Matt Hardy is a big part of the reason I started watching wrestling because I started playing the video games, and for some reason I thought his pants were really cool in the video games.
Thousands and thousands of other kids.
Yeah.
So that was like oh, I'm gonna watch it, and then finally I started watching wrestling, which like obviously like avalanched into all of this, but. Definitely love the Hardys, but I also think like we had Matt and Jeff at AEW, and they were both cool to like interact with and like be able to just pick their brain from time to time. But I got to work with FTR.
Yeah.
Like in a match and kind of like pick their brain on a different level. I don't know about you, but I will also say this. Sometimes it's harder with women to pick the brains of the veterans who go before you because you're not really in the situation where you're wrestling them one-on-one. There's not as many women who have been doing this for like 2+ decades. For whatever reason, whether that be like the way that motherhood kind of like changes our futures. I think now more and more we're seeing that change. But like, how many people in our locker room have really been wrestling like that long?
Yeah.
Like on that level
As
of
a
like
team.
expertise and experience that you can pick the brain of.
I agree. I think FTR has been like the staple
Well,
for us.
yes. but let me ask you, Pete. When have I been in a match with you?
Yeah.
And you never will be.
Exactly. And
Hey, never say
and
never.
I think
No, I
there's
didn't
like
say never say
I think
never. I'm
there's
not a fan of intergender.
a different level
I
of like
respect
being
it.
able to pick somebody's brain in that way.
And that way, yeah, because you're going to get a whole different approach to it. I have said on here many times,
Yeah.
I hate intergender wrestling. And here's my take on it.
Listen,
but
I know,
but here's my presentation.
of course.
If it's in like the real world, like this is really combat, then it's a ridiculous idea. Mm-hmm. But if you're presenting it like in Lucha Underground or like in an alternate universe where women and men can have real combat, video game Chun-Li can kick ass and that's different. But you don't have intergender MMA.
But I will say, though, I agree with you in some regard. However, I know for a fact Marina Shafir could probably beat the shit out of most of the men.
I would.
So I feel like
I think you'd be surprised because then when we get into biology, I've seen women who are trained martial artists.
Yeah.
And when you go up against just a guy, a man who isn't trained, a lot of the time that self-defense can help save you to get you away. But when you're talking about a 200-pound man or a 180-pound man, biologically, there's some differences there. So if we're doing simulated combat, presenting this as real, then it's kind of...
So I would like to challenge that and say, let's not think of it as gender as such, as individual circumstance, right? Because I agree with you that stature and strength can be completely different depending on certain things. But in your analogy, you're saying that a woman against a man, the man's biologically bigger, right?
Two trained professionals in a martial art. going against each other, a male and a female, at comparable skill sets, biology takes over. Subscribe to Marking Out with MVP and Dwayne Swayze. New episodes drop every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern.